Today's Business Spotlight is brought to you by the West Central Indiana Small Business Development Center.
Well, today I'm very happy to welcome our special guest, Dr. Matt, who happens to be a chiropractor here in Terre Haute.
Yes.
And listen, Dr. Matt, you don't have to sell me on chiropractic care. There's nothing better than when I'm not feeling well to go see a chiropractor.
Awesome.
And I can't wait to hear about your business here in Terre Haute. Let me start with a little bit about your background. Can you tell us a little bit about you?
So I'm originally from a little south of St. Louis, Hillsborough, Missouri, and that's what prompted me to go to Logan Chiropractic, which is right there in St. Louis. And I met my wife in chiropractic school. She's also a chiropractor, and she's from Farmersburg, so that's what brought us here.
And here you are.
Here we are, yeah.
I love it. Well, welcome to the Wabash Valley, and welcome to your new location, which is in the Haute City Center.
Yes, or Honey Creek Mall. Most people still know as Honey Creek Mall.
They still call it that,
but
don't
Haute
they?
City Center, yes. Yeah.
Now, how do you like being there?
Love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So some people don't necessarily care for the Haute City Center name, but once I'm there, it does kind of feel like a little city. You get to know all the vendors, and you chat with them. But it's been great. It's been the best location we've had in practice so far.
Well, and I love that. And what I love most is that it also exposes a lot of people who may not have ever thought chiropractic could be right for them to see it, and to see it in action in many cases.
And a lot of people, they're not necessarily coming in to get treatment that day, but they have a lot of questions. So it is just good for the promotion of chiropractic, not just for the chiropractor, but good for chiropractic. So I would say about half the people that come in have never been to a chiropractor before.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's great.
I can't imagine, because I know how important it is to me. But for those who don't know, really, what's a brief description of what chiropractic care does?
Chiropractic is health care. So if you want to call it in a short. So the scope of practice is obviously different. So there's a place for everything in healthcare, and chiropractic has its place. By choice, or by licensure, we don't prescribe medication. So this is a form of healthcare that does not use medication or surgery. And many people rely on that for, at a basic level, pain relief, and then it gets into a lot more depth as you get into chiropractic. But that's generally what most people's surface level experience is with pain relief.
Headaches, that's what I had.
That's a big one.
That's what took me there.
Yeah.
That's what provided that relief. And I think for many people, sometimes there's a little bit of a fear of the unknown, but educating them is what you do, right?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that is something I always like to address the elephant in the room, so to speak. And especially for medical providers, that's a point of caution for them to suggest chiropractic. So I'll just, that was kind of the main thing I wanted to promote today, not just the practice, but just chiropractic. So what many healthcare providers are cautious about is there's this blood vessel in the front of the neck, and there's this idea that it's going to be damaged with an adjustment. So an extension and rotation that's vulnerable. All of our adjustments are done with the neck slightly forward and to the side. So that vessel is very loose. It's just safe, So the real risk is providers in general not recognizing the risks of stroke when the patient's coming in, So they have left the office and you haven't done your proper assessment. That's true of MDs, DOs, chiropractors, and that's the truth of it. It's not the adjustment that's causing the harm. So I did want to promote that as a point of safety.
Yeah, nobody has to be
as we screen it, as we screen that ahead of time. It's safe. Chiropractic is safe. That's the big deal. It's safe.
And it's actually safe, and in my case, I would say enjoyable. But it's not the only service you provide.
It's not.
You do other stuff there too.
I do. So my wife, again, is part of the practice. So I do the chiropractic piece of it. And although chiropractic is a big spectrum of things, my wife does the acupuncture, dry needling piece of it. Mainly acupuncture is the main thing.
Okay.
So that traditional Chinese medicine piece is her thing.
Well, we know what you're doing is obviously an important part of healthcare, but we also know you're doing it because of the Indiana Small Business Development Center. They've been a big part of helping you get this business started.
It has been, and I got introduced to them through a fellow veteran, Colonel Null. It seems weird to call him John. So anyway, Lieutenant Colonel John Null. We served together at Holman Field, and when he got, I guess through social media, found that I was getting into practice for myself, he reached out. And so he is my veteran advisor, and met him at his business, so the Afterburner Brewery.
He's a great guy.
It's a great place to have a
and
meeting,
they've been on our show too.
Great.
We love them.
Good.
Well, congratulations for what you're doing. And more importantly, we want people to know your location, once again, is inside the Haute City Center. So you can call the number on the screen, or they can just stop in, right? Walk in, ask questions.
That is the biggest thing that maybe is different for our practice than others, is we're completely walk-in.
Nice.
I don't even accept appointments. And somehow it just all works out. So I can't say anyone waits very long. Saturday tends to be the busiest day.
Okay.
So maybe not be new on Saturday. I'm not going to turn you away. But first thing in the morning, if you're brand new, is the best thing.
All righty. Well, there's the hours on the screen if you want to stop in. Again, no appointments necessary. This is your chance to see chiropractic care, to feel what it can do, to learn more about it at Christ Chiropractic.
There you go.
Good to see you, Dr. Matt.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming in, and stay with us. There's more to come on Good Day Live.